Hello, family. This is your friend Kenesha, and welcome to another episode of TNT Thursday. Boom! This is an opportunity where we talk about how can we be a transformative person and make a change in our families, and our communities, on our jobs, in this city, in this nation, in this world. We want to make sure that we are transforming ourselves first. Then we can go out and help to transform this world. Remember, we're still on our series, Thinking That Leads to Success. And last Thursday, we talked about stomp out ant thinking. Remember, we've been talking about these ants, and ants represent automatic negative thoughts by Dr. Daniel Amen. So today, our specific thought is eradicate red ants from your thoughts. So remember, our definition for the word thinking is the process of using one's mind to consider or reason about something, using thought, a rational judgment, and then intelligent. So our quote for today is by Cole Todd, and he says this: positive thinking, much like negative thinking, gets easier with practice. So whether we choose to think on the ants, the automatic negative thoughts, or positive thoughts, it's going to get easier. So if both of them get easier, let's focus on that positivity. So when I think of red ants, and I looked it up, here's what it said. Red ant is a particular species of ant, but they can be volatile. It says that they move into yards, and check this out, where there's infested nursery plants. So think about the red ants in our mind. An infestation is indicative of something that's polluted or dirty or rotten. It's the same thing with our thoughts, family. When our thoughts are infested, those red ants, automatic negative thoughts, will sit there. It also says this about red ants: they make unsightly mounds in people's yards. Think about our thinking. When we have those red ants in our thinking, our thoughts will have mounds and mounds of junk, and we don't want that. It also says that ants will perceive, check this out, they will attack any perceived threat. So think about your thoughts when people say something to you, and maybe it was innocent, but because you are so used to having those ants, you react a certain way. We want to be mindful of those red ants. So our book reading for today is coming from Thinking for a Change by my mentor, Dr. John C. Maxwell. And will be coming from pages 13 and 14. And it says this: a change of thinking can help you move from survival with those red ants or maintenance to real progress. 95% of achieving anything is knowing what you want and paying the price to get there. So how do you pay the price to become a good thinker? That's a good question, isn't it? I believe it is. For that matter, what does a good thinker look like? You often hear someone say that a colleague or a friend is a good thinker, but that phrase means something different to everyone. To one person, it may mean having a high IQ, while to another, it could mean knowing a bunch of trivia or being able to figure out who done it when reading a mystery. I believe that good thinking isn't just one thing. It consists of several specific thinking skills. So when we think about eradicate red ants from our thoughts, Dr. Daniel Amen gave us some tips, and he says this: write down the negative thought. That's right. Don't ignore it. Don't pretend it's not there, because it is there. Write down that negative thought, that red ant, and then identify the ant species. Because we talked about labeling ants and the ants that are fortune telling ants. Identify the species so you know what you're dealing with, so that I know what I'm dealing with. And then we want to ask yourself if it's true. If what that ant is saying is true, most times it's not. And then if we can ask ourselves those questions, we can weaken that red ant. And then here's our call to action. Make a clear decision, team. Make a clear decision to eradicate every red ant that tries to infest your thinking. Listen, I am going towards my destiny. I want you to go towards yours and actually achieve it. I care about you. Let's have some good thinking. This is your friend Kenesha. Have a wonderful and blessed day.